Oh, what's up, YouTube? Zen is back at it again. Okay, done. Today we're working on the Z125. For those of you who don't follow the channel much, problem I've been having with this bike is hard shifts into second and false neutrals are trying to go into second. And I have done everything the forums can tell me by adjusting this, so there's just a touch of slack to it. I guess I'll drag this out of here and move it around so that I can actually work on it. To switching out I guess I'll do this upside down, the shift lever over here to being a solid one for a dirt bike. And I'm still getting that problem. So what are we going to do about it? First off, I don't know if we can do anything about it because I don't know how this is going to go in here. But we have a shift lever here for the Z125. That's supposed to be a support shaft. And I don't really know where it's going to go right now. I thought this was going to be very easy to line up, but I purchased this Chimera Engineering Performance Parts shaft for a Z125 Pro off of, I think, Steady Garage. And supposedly this just bolts on, and it's supposed to give more support to this shaft because this shaft sticks out a ways. So I see a bolt here and here, and I'm wondering if those two bolts are the ones I need, because they look like the only ones that could line up. So let's start by moving the bike to a different spot because I can't see anything over here. And obviously the garage is just packed full of bikes I'm working on. So I don't really have room to put it on a lift, get it up off the ground. So we're gonna do a lot of this just straight on the ground in front of the workbench because, you know, more projects. So it should be a pretty easy install once I figure out what those bolts go to. The problem is I looked on their... Actually, I didn't look on their website. That's a lie. I just Google searched it. And I didn't find anything on this installation for this bike. I saw an installation video for a Z125. Or not, sorry, Z125. A Honda Grom. Put my phone away. And one for a Honda Monkey. But I did not see one for a Z125. So we're gonna basically do the video now. We're gonna look on their website too, but wrong one. First thing we're gonna have to do is take off the shaft, the shifter down here. Okay, let's loosen this thing a bit. Okay, come on, little looses. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Dirt gets in these sometimes and they're a pain, so I always drive them forward, then backwards. There we go. Loose enough. This shifter I got from, I don't know, probably Steady Garage, or what's the other little Moto Monkey thing? I forget what the place is. Just a solid one. It's actually for a KLR 150, 140, 140, 110, something like that. But it works on these. These are two separate corners. Okay. Okay. Nice packaging. I'm gonna destroy it. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm assuming it's gonna go right like this, like that, and on there. Okay. And what's this supposed to do for us? It is supposed to protect the bike from flexure on this shaft. The shaft sticks out yay far to where my thumb is. So there's some play in that. So when you're trying to shift, it'll flex a bit. At least that's what I've read online. So this company, and there's another one out there I think that I saw, but it was like a order from China and hope it shows up kind of thing. I'm guessing they're going to put outward and that way. So they give you the bolts that you need, and they give you these spacers because, I don't know, but this is the way they did it in the Honda Grom video I saw, was this way. So we're gonna get way down on the ground, guys. So let's actually lay down on my dirty garage floor and take a look at this. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so we've got two bolts there that look like they're gonna line up perfectly. Let's dry fit this without the bolts and see if that lines up. And then we're going to see if these will actually bolt into there, because those might be little short bolts And when I take them out, these are way too long or something. You never know. Okay, let's just... This is going to go on here like so. Seems like a good fit so far. Okay. And yeah, those look like the only 2 bolts it could be. So, pull this back off. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I should have greased it first, but I didn't. We'll put some grease on there. And we are going to get a Phillips. Maybe get a Phillips back in there and try to get that off. If not, I'm going to take some more stuff apart. And yeah, so I'm going to go check the website too, see if I can find something on their website. But going to get those, pull them off, see if we can fit those on there. What do you guys think? Cool? Cool. Hope you guys like sideways. I should just take it off. Okay, so we're going to look at the side just better. A little better view for you guys. 1, 2 out, shaft. Yep. All right, here's what I ordered from Steady Garage. Shift shaft, blah, 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 in black. Found their Instagram, found their website. Their website doesn't work. Their YouTube's... I'll see how old this... Oh, can't log in. I guess we can log in. Yeah. If it'll let me. Anyways, I wonder how old their latest post was. No, I just want to see... The last post was a while ago. July 10th. So who knows if they're very active or not. But Heather's here. Yay. We are going to get back down and take off 2 bolts and hopefully attach 2 bolts. And seeing as Heather's here, she can grab parts for me because she's awesome. Alright, these seem like long enough bolts. They're covered in something. So we're not going to leak oil because of this. Another one, covered in whatever. Smells like oil, tastes like oil. It is oil. Okay. Grab our new part. Fit it. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. There's stuff in the way. Oh, wait. Wait. Engine oil. Okay, oil. Let's get some oil on my fingers and just move this up just a bit. It'll help slide it on. Okay. We are on. It looks like it's going to line up perfectly. I've got to get these longer bolts in with the spacers. One. And oh, this one's a little tricky. My fat fingers. It's actually impossible to do with my fat fingers. Darn it, we're not going to be able to do this way. Okay, let's try plan Q. Plan Q is to pull this back off. I don't think there's going to be enough room for plan Q. But we're going to try it. Might have to take the bracket off side, which is probably great for YouTube because then you guys actually see what I'm doing back here. I'm dropping bolts. No way that worked. Okay, just gotta angle it down a bit before you wiggle the whole assembly on, it looks like, and it'll fit. Okay, assembly is on. Bolts are in. Heather, would you be so kind to step over me? And behind the computer there, grab the 5mm of the amazing wrenches that you purchased me. Stare at your butt for a second. Dude, that's the thumbnail right there. A butt. So wonderful Heather grabbed us these power-built T-handles that she herself purchased for me. Pretty sure I gave her my Amazon wish list and said I want these. But still, it's the thought that didn't count. She kicked me. That's how you know she loves you. She kicks you. So I know she loves our cats. Okay, we're just give you a pretty good tightening. All right. And one last all right. It's probably have a torque spec. I don't know them off the top of my head. I'm just going to give them a super tight enough tightness. And we can always come back. Now, I should have marked this to know where I wanted this lever. And I didn't. So we're going to go with PDL. Pretty damn level. We're going to try there. We might have to adjust that later. It looks like it's pretty level from at least my vantage. And then yeah, they're not going to see it right. It's okay. You and the 4 other people that are going to watch this will be fine. Heather is adjusting you for me because you're falling off my head and my hands are taken right now. So let's just, for production value, Heather's the boss now. Seems solid. It's supposed to make that noise. Okay, we've got it on. Now we have to test it. So guess it's time to suit up and test it. Good morning, YouTube. Back with the Z125. Actually, this is probably a continuation of the last video because I haven't gotten back to it in a minute. Last time we got the shift shaft support, which is always fun to say, and Heather laughs every time I say it, on the bike. It's either an 8 or, nope, that's a 9er. So hard to read those. 8, 10. It's easier on that side. You got the shift shaft support on, but it's binding a bit. I looked in the repair manual, which is, it's on there, but I turned it off and I wrote it down. And we are going with, what are they called? We're going with a 46 inch-pound, I believe it was. I already set the torque range, so I looked it up, checked it. It's 46 inch-pounds of torque for these bolts. The installed, or the manufacturer, Crimea, they did not provide any torque specs with their installation kit. They just had a thing. So I'm wondering if I just ugga-dugga these too hard by hand. The other thing I'm thinking is, what if the shaft is actually bent, which would be where I'm leading, my brain's leading to, that this shaft is actually bent in there, which is what's causing it to bind. But first thing we're gonna do, since I don't want to just swap the shaft out, is I'm gonna take these 2 bolts out, again, fully out, and then reinstall actually, maybe we'll take the whole thing out, and just see how it goes on properly. And then we're gonna reinstall them and actually torque them properly. Then we can at least eliminate something. I also want to take this off and look at, there's a seal behind here, a rubber seal. If it looks like it's elongated at all, or if like there's a gap at the top, it'll kind of help me determine whether this is bent or not, this shift shaft. If it is, it is. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. Also, I really should have marked where this was, because I spent a lot of time last time figuring out where to put this, and I just did it again where I messed up. So I'm going to say, there's like, I don't know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We got to first take those 2 bolts out, which means I need to get, I've got a torque wrench, but that's not going to help because I don't want to loosen with a torque wrench. So I'm just going to, for now, get our breaker bar, our little 3/8 breaker bar, which comes in handy for all these little intricacy things where I've got small pieces. And I'm laying on the floor today because the lift is still taken. And to get down, I know the angles aren't going to be great for you guys, but to get way down here like this, there's really nothing else I can do right now besides put this thing on like a milk crate. I guess I always put it on a milk crate. So let's get these out. And maybe that's also part of that. Okay. So we've got this off now. A little bit of grease, a little bit of possible oil leakage right there, which might be, like I was saying before, the shift shaft might be bent. I can't really tell. I mean, like just ever so slightly oiled. I can't really tell. Oh, there's a line marker. It's probably for the shift shaft. Not this one, no, unless it goes, no, definitely not there. Yeah, so the shaft might be bent. I can't tell. Let's see if... I'm trying to see if there are any wear marks on this. Kind of identify where anything went or was a problem. Definitely a little bit of oil seepage somewhere in here. But it could be that the bolts that we had were too tight or not tight enough. But this seems to go on pretty well. I mean, I couldn't imagine this being what's binding. Okay, so we're going to reassemble, as I can't 100% definitively determine without removing, engine casings and removing other things I don't want to remove right now. We're going to install this kind of, maybe, the other thing I could have done is I could have torqued one side way down before, and I'll rewatch the video. Editors, and pay attention to this one. I'm going to rewatch the video, and maybe I torqued one down way far, and it caused it to go a little lopsided. That's possible as well. I forgot this is a pain in the butt to do. I should have, I think what I did before is pulled this out. I think. I was able to feed this back. I don't remember how I did this. And I have an event to go to in like 30 minutes, so being on the ground in the garage is going to make the wife really happy. Just make you're dirty again. Like, you're dirty again. There she is. Go grab him. Okay, they're both hand tight. Heather's ready to go, so I got to torque these and get going. That was no pressure whatsoever. So yeah, I definitely over torqued the hell out of these. Okay, so that might have been our only problem. I may have over torqued the hell out of these. Put this back on like that. Get this on there. Okay, so that didn't solve the problem. So the next thing to do is check that shift shaft. We'll have to pull that out, pull the other side of the engine off, and really start diving into this at some point. But yeah, we're gonna figure out why that shaft keeps binding now that this is on there. Huh. Guess we'll be back with more.